caption, think about what you want to post, and post. Don't think about it too long, but definitely plan. Hello, my name is Lesedi Dawn. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hello. I create content about social media, entrepreneurship, while sharing my entrepreneurship journey, as well as content about personal development. In today's video, we'll be talking about how to create consistent content on Instagram, but you can use these for any other social media platform as well. Tip number one, you're going to want to decide how often you want to post. I say this is tip number one because ultimately consistency means different things to different people. If you're currently posting once a month and you know, like sometimes you even delete like your app and then you back in and you forgot your password, like, you know, you're not posting consistently. So consistency for you might now look like posting at least once a week. If you are someone who's already posting once a week, maybe you might look at upping that to posting twice a week, which in all honesty is completely doable. Posting twice a week could mean posting on a Monday and then posting a throwback on a Thursday. Like, that is very simple. All you really have to think about is your Monday post, because the Thursday post is a throwback. Do you see what I mean? You've posted twice that week. You can repeat the same thing over and over again until you are confident enough to start posting more than twice a week. Tip number two, post frequently. Now, I know in the first post I said you're going to want to decide how often you want to post, but if you're being honest, if you're watching this video, basically it means you don't know how often to post. Maybe you are posting only once a month and you thought that was enough. It's not. My professional advice would be to post about 3 times a week. 3 times a week is a good posting schedule or a good posting frequency. It is definitely consistent. It is definitely achievable. It is not posting every day. In fact, posting every other day, which is really, really amazing, because if you want to also keep up with the Instagram algorithm, you might know that, you know, if you post today, your people will still see your post tomorrow as well. Then I'll definitely do a video that is separate, that is all about the Instagram algorithm and what you need to look out for in terms of whether you're trying to grow engagement or you're trying to grow your overall audience. Separate video. Let me know if that's something that you like. Type #algorithm and I'll pick it up. Tip number 3, plan your content. You know, it's called Instagram, so instant gratification. You want to just post, but don't post for the sake of posting. You know, think about what you want to post, not only because you want your feed to look pretty. I get it, aesthetically you want your timeline to be pleasing, and I feel like that's also what leads to a lot of people finding themselves feeling anxious about the whole social media thing, because they feel like their feed needs to be perfect. They can only post perfect pictures. It's not the case. Yes, quality pictures, but they don't have to be perfect. They don't always have to be perfect. Definitely plan your content, because number one, that shows your audience that you think about what you want to put out. Number two, it shows them that you're confident enough to be intentional. You're not just posting for the sake of posting, but also you're not waiting for perfection to post. You're posting your reality, and therefore we're able to relate. Also, because when you plan your content, it means that you are looking for ways to add value in what you're putting out. You're not just talking about anything and everything, or talking about nothing, or you're just giving us pictures and there's no caption, like, okay, where was this, what's happening, you know? Think about it just a little bit. Give it a second, give it 2 minutes. Think about your caption, think about what you want to post, and post. Don't think about it too long, but definitely plan. So if you know that you're someone that tends to get anxious regarding the content that they put out, I would suggest weekly planning, and that's what I do. I weekly plan my content. I would normally plan my content over the weekend. Tip number 4, what is your focus? And I know this sounds like a question, but it honestly is not. It's very simple. Do you want to educate us with the content that you're putting out? Do you want to entertain, or do you want to just provide a bit of both? Yes, sometimes we just want to post and share, okay, I am living my best life here and there, and also you know, based on my industry, I just thought to share 1 or 2 tips. So that is a mixture where you're not always feeling under a lot of pressure to be educating all the time, but also you're not feeling like you must always be entertaining. There's moments in life where you just want to live, right? So those are the fillers in terms of your overall content. But having a basis of knowing what you want to put out, what value you want to add, will make it easier for you to create more consistent content. Tip number 5, captions and hashtags. I know this is where a lot of people stumble. They've got a nice picture, or they know what they want to post, but they don't know what they want to say, what hashtags to use. And then they just decide to, abandon the whole mission. They're just like, you know what? I'm not gonna do it. In fact, this picture's from yesterday. By the time they think about it again, they're like, actually, I picked this from last week. And then they decide, okay, it's too late to post about that dinner that they went to last week because now it's a brand new week. In fact, it's a brand new month. And it just feels late. I get it. I get where the struggle comes from. It comes from not necessarily having found your voice yet when it comes to social media, so therefore feeling under pressure or feeling like you're not sure what to say or not feeling confident enough. Honestly, that's where it comes from, and I can relate to that because I used to be like that as well. But what I'll tell you is that confidence comes from action. Confidence comes from doing. The more you do something, the better you become at it. So don't be afraid to look like a fool in the beginning, or to feel like, okay, it's not 100% where you want it to be. Just that practice, get into just putting out content, and just get into it, and I promise you'll get better over time. And here's a pro tip. I plan my content once a week, like I said. Obviously, I do allow myself to be a little bit more, spontaneous. If let's say it's a Friday and I went somewhere and I'm looking cute, I'm gonna share. Maybe I discovered a new coffee spot, I'm gonna share that, right? Maybe it wasn't part of my plan for the week, but looking at my timeline, looking at my feed, seeing the colors that are there, I know that, okay, if I was to post that, it will still align with my brand, it will still align with the content that I have going on my feed, right? But I do plan my content once a week. This tends to be over the weekend. Either like on a Saturday, I'll just review my overall page. I'll go into my insights as well, just to see what people have been engaging with more, what content has been well received, and sort of see why was that particular post doing better than others. Was it maybe my caption is funny and more relatable and not always serious and businessy, or what was it about that particular post or that particular week that led to certain actions on my timeline? And I know this might seem like a lot of deep diving if perhaps you're just on Instagram for fun and you're not necessarily doing it because you're trying to build a brand, or you're doing it because you're running a business. But whether it is for your personal brand or for your business, or you're just doing it for the sake of doing it and it's fun, you're watching this video because you do want to know how to post more consistently. You want to know how to be more consistent with your content. So I'm just sharing, take what you take from this video and put it to good use. Also, here's another pro tip. Every time I travel, I also think about, okay, where am I going? What's the scenery going to look like when I'm there? Is it by the ocean? Is it woody, as in like out in the wild? Or is it city vibes? Like, what sort of place am I going to? And I will pack accordingly. Make the most of your trips when you're traveling. Think about how your week is going to look like so that you can create content that is themed around that particular week. And it's just a form of overall storytelling when you're taking us from Sunday, you planning your week, to you having a meeting on Monday, to you celebrating closing a deal on Friday, to you exercising on Saturday. Whatever your routine looks like, whatever sort of content you like putting out, it's basically storytelling. It's your story, and how you choose to tell it is entirely up to you. Don't feel under pressure by comparing yourself to other people. You don't know their story, you don't know what they're about, you don't know the full picture, so don't even compare yourself to them. Yes, you can draw inspiration from somebody else that perhaps you look up to, or somebody who you feel like their energy is similar to yours. Absolutely, there's nothing wrong with drawing inspiration, but ultimately remember that nobody is you, and that is your superpower. So use it to advantage. Tell your story the way only you can, whether you're working towards starting a business, or you want to share more about your career, or you like sharing more about being outdoors. Whatever it is that your interests are, share more of that, because you will not get tired from sharing what you already enjoy. You will not get tired from sharing what already comes naturally to you. What is tiring and makes it hard to be consistent with content is when you're putting up a front, or when you are doing things because that's what everyone else is doing, you're gonna get tired because that's not you. We love you for who you are, by the way, so don't change. Don't ever change. Don't ever change, not for anyone. This is a big world, like there's over 7 billion people. Thank you so much for watching. That is it from me today. I hope that you did find this video valuable. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you just so happen to stumble across this video, or you just keep coming out and you just keep watching and leaving and then coming and watching and leaving, please just subscribe so that, you know, we don't have to do this back and forth. Like, we're a community here, so subscribe. Till next time, bye. A slight pro trip. My leggings don't short, so I can cross my legs. Together. Keep it together, girl.